Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but mostly boys, I know. We're back. We're back, baby. We back, baby, after such a long time. 3 weeks. I think my last video was 3 weeks ago. But we're back. We're back and we're looking fresh. Don't I look fresh, ladies and gentlemen? I look fresh, man. I look fresh. So, I'm here because, as you all know, the game against the biggest game of the season by far. I'll say the biggest game of the season because this was pure entertainment from this game. Arsenal versus Manchester City at the Etihad ended on a 2-2 draw, which was a very drama, a game full of drama. Let me just put it like that. It was a game packed with drama. It was drama galore, man, and there was a lot of controversy going on that game. There was a lot of questioning, especially about the referee. A lot of friends are questioning the referee that he was on the City side. He didn't ref the game fair, you know. Which is, I agree, as an Arsenal fan, I agree. This game was so one-sided. The decisions were just going against us, and yeah, man, Arsenal were 2-1 up before halftime, and they managed to stay 2-2 until the 90th minute. So yeah, man, they managed to stay 2-1 up until the 90th minute, and that's when Manchester City equalized. But yeah, let me not waste any more time. So I'm here to react to Golbridge. He's speaking about the refs, the game. He's speaking about the whole situation, what happened in that Arsenal against Manchester City game, in which he's spitting some very powerful points, man, especially about the officiating in the Premier League. So without wasting any more time, gents, let's get into it.
Welcome to That's Football. I tell you what, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2. The first thing Mikel Arteta needs to do when he gets in that dressing room is pick up his mobile phone, contact Greater Manchester Police and report the biggest robbery in history.
Yes.
Because that is an absolute disgrace. And if anybody has got any other interpretation of it, whether you're Gary Neville, Gary Lineker, Howard Webb or Gary Smith, it doesn't matter. That is an absolute disgrace. And at what point does somebody actually do something about this? Because the incompetence is absolutely incredible. Look, Man City score a legit goal with the last kick of the game.
Yeah.
Again, you could...
And again, you can't complain about the goal. I'm not complaining about the goal. If you're an Arsenal fan, don't complain about the goal because it's a fair goal. It's a fair goal. Even if you can say, they scored the goal after the added time, after the injury time, whatsoever. But there was a lot of time wasting from our players. Martinelli, I think, went down. David Raya went down on that added time. So we can't complain much about the goal, you know.
That it happened after the 7th minute of added time, just the same as Trossard's second yellow card happened after the allotted time.
Crazy.
These things happen.
Crazy.
Man City didn't deserve a point.
Crazy.
Arsenal didn't deserve to lose, and those 2 points, we mustn't think that it's about the late equaliser because the game was gone when that second yellow card happened.
Exactly.
That was the point where Arsenal were deprived of the opportunity of winning the game.
Exactly.
I think Arsenal have done incredibly well to get a point from that game. 45 minutes against Manchester City to only concede 1 goal when it was relentless is just an incredible defensive action. And look, flip it the other way. Man City score in the 65th minute and you defend it out and keep a draw. It's a great point. Yeah. It's just the timing of the inevitable that makes Arsenal fans feel disappointed. But you should park that disappointment and focus again on the injustice. You've been absolutely robbed. The official Twitter account of PJMOL has come out and said that the second yellow card was for kicking the ball away. I really think they might try and move their eggs around and say it was for a shoulder barge, which would still be an injustice. But kicking the ball away and getting a second yellow card, have we heard this before? Oh, it happened to Declan Rice. We've literally got video evidence of Bernardo Silva.
You see, now I want to see this type of decisions in the Premier League. I want to see this type of officiating in the Premier League because it has happened to Arsenal for the 2nd time now. This is the second time an Arsenal player receives a red card for kicking the ball away. Has that ever happened before in the history of football? Has that ever happened in a space of 2 weeks? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of... I don't know.
Doku kicking the ball away before Trossard does it in the same half, in the same game, and not getting booked. Trossard does it, second yellow card, you're off the pitch. I mean, at what point do we acknowledge that? Because I've heard Gary Neville say, Miley shouldn't kick the ball away, it's a red card. Idiot. Idiot. You're watching the same game as me. How can you say that? You can't pick and choose what's right and what's wrong. Consistency is what we're looking for.
Exactly.
Kicking the ball away for being a second yellow card, fine. But do it to everybody.
Yeah.
Don't put
Every
yourself
team.
in a situation, especially if your name's Michael Oliver, when last season you gave a dodgy offside to Man City, you gave a dodgy penalty in the Manchester derby to Man City, you didn't send Kovacic off for 2 red card tackles for Man City,
Like,
you
look,
didn't give Liverpool...
This is becoming too obvious. And it's not looking good for Manchester City, especially what they are going through, 115 charges. It's not making their situation look easy, bro. It's really not making their situation look easy because you see what's going on. We all see what's going on. The referee is we all see what's going on. Let me just not talk a lot.
A penalty which could have changed the course of the title. You know, people forget this. People forget the fact that penalty that Liverpool should have got at Anfield against Man City would have changed the title.
Yeah.
It just gets swept under the carpet. The same referee last year, heavily involved in Man City decisions, does it again. I'm not saying it's corrupt. I'm saying it's incompetent. I'm saying it's egomania. It's absolutely incredible. Why is Howard Webb giving that guy these games? At what point does Howard Webb think, you know what? What should I do for Man City against Arsenal? Should I give Michael Oliver the game, who had a big...
He's also corrupt.
...of bad decisions that went for
He
Man City
is
last
also
season?
corrupt. That means he knows that he's corrupt too. That means he's also corrupt.
Give him the game, or should I give it to one of the other referees who don't have that? I know I'll give it to Michael Oliver.
Yeah.
And then you end up in a situation where he makes an absolute arse of this game.
Knowing very well that Michael Oliver has a bad experience with Arsenal games. Not a bad experience, but he's always involved in Arsenal games. He's always in the midst of the drama in Arsenal games. Then he decides to put Michael Oliver in charge of that game. I think we have to look at him too, bro.
Can say is,
I don't know.
Well done, Arsenal, because actually you've kept the scoreline to something that maintains credibility to a game that has got none. There is no credibility in that game. Absolutely none. And the fact that Pep Guardiola is still moaning at the fourth official, I find it hilarious. I mean, is Pep Guardiola immune to any kind of injustice that doesn't happen to them? Like, he's moaning at the fourth official for a minute, talking about how quickly the free kick was taken. You've just played 45 minutes against 10 men, mate, on a freebie red card that never should have happened. And you're still moaning about that?
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva's wandering around, moaning like somebody's nicked his bloody sweets. But I suppose that's a winning mentality, isn't it? When you never see your faults and you're focusing on everything that you see as an injustice to yourself.
Yeah.
There is only one winner in that argument for me, and that is Arsenal. I find it absolutely incredible. And the question has to be, why is it that we continue to dilute this great game in this country? Like, we had a brilliant game at 2-1.
Yeah,
Arsenal
bro.
are 1-0 down. Very
Trust
good
me,
goal for Haaland.
it was going to be an exciting game. I think this game would have ended maybe 2-1. Not 2-1, 3-1. Or 3-2 or 4-1, who knows, bro? But the second half would have been more exciting than the first half. Trust me.
We get a great equaliser from Calafiori, then we get a brilliant header from Gabriel, and we've got a title-deciding game between the two best teams in the country. At half-time, we're thinking, what a second half. And then right before half-time, we get an incredibly inconsistently inconceivable red card, which changes the whole game. And to be honest with you, that second half was shit. If we're being honest, it's Arsenal having to defend for 45 minutes against Man City, trying to find a chance against the red wall, and eventually the deflection happens and they get the goal that we thought they would do. But the second half was crap. And
Yeah, I knew the goal was
by,
coming too. As an Arsenal fan, I just knew that the way we were so defending, the way we were setting up that low block, I just knew that Man City are gonna score. The question was, when were they gonna score? But I just knew that they were gonna score because they were attacking us after attacking us, in which we did well. Defensively we did well. We held our own. You know, we frustrated Manchester City for the whole of the second half. It's just that lack of concentration in that final second.
By the official. I think Man City walk out of that absolutely lucky, and Arsenal walk out of that absolutely robbed.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what to say anymore, because I feel that this just keeps happening more and more and more and more. And especially in big games. It's just incredible. And also, you know, what makes me laugh about Michael Oliver there is the ego. It's the ego to not give yourself time. I'll give you a bit of life advice. When there is a big decision to be made in front of you, just take a beat. Take a beat. He can't get the card out quick enough. If he'd taken a beat and even spoken to his VAR assistant and gone, I'm really thinking about sending him off for a second yellow because he's kicked the ball away. The VAR guy might have gone, the problem with that, Michael, is that Doku did it and you didn't book him. And he'll go, oh yeah, I didn't actually. Okay, I'm just going to give a free kick. Because he knows he didn't book Doku. He knows he didn't because Declan Rice said to him, he's kicked the ball away. Declan Rice literally says to Michael Oliver, he's just kicked the ball away because Declan Rice has been sent off for it. So he goes, he's just kicked the ball away. And Michael Oliver goes, no, play on. So, I mean, and then minutes later, he's doing it to an Arsenal player.
The fuck are you doing, man?
This is going to be very interesting how this plays out, because how Ref Watch and how Howard Webb and Michael Owen justify this. I don't expect anything better from Sky or the radio stations because they're in it with them. They're there to protect them. They're not going to say anything against them. But Howard Webb, Michael Oliver, and Michael Owen, they've got to come out and justify how one guy gets a second yellow or a yellow card for kicking the ball away, but two others don't. And you can't. You just can't do it. You can't justify it. In the same game, in a game of that magnitude, we're treating one like not the other. How do you expect football fans to watch that and then not go, something's going on here?
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Exactly. I don't think it's corrupt.
Exactly. No, there is, bro. There is, bro. You listen to me. If ever Declan Rice didn't get a red card 2 weeks ago against Brighton, I would have understood this red card got Trossard because he kicked it far away. I would have said, okay, yeah, Trossard is wrong. Trossard might be wrong here. He shouldn't have kicked the ball like that, you know. But for the fact that you gave us a red card to Declan Rice, and then 2 weeks again you're giving us another red card, something is fishy, bro. Something is fishy, bro. Let me just let this video finish. I'll talk.
But people will say it is because they'll go, how can you treat one team like that and one team like that? How are they allowed to do it and they're not allowed to do it? Why is it that you only get a yellow card for kicking the ball away if you've got an Arsenal shirt on this season? I don't know. And you've even got people saying, well, the reason Doku didn't get a yellow card for kicking the ball away is because he poked it away and Trossard booted it away. You might want to see Declan Rice's second yellow card. And Ant could kick the ball harder than Declan Rice did. So, no, they're bang to rights. They've absolutely... You know, the only saving grace is that Arsenal take a point, but Arsenal should have took all three, and that would have been a far different...
Sum up this whole... just to sum up everything what Golbridge has said. Yeah, the consistency is not there. That's one thing. The consistency is just not there, and it's quite clear, bro. As an Arsenal fan, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run but to just blame the ref, bro. If the ref didn't... look, in terms of the goal, I don't blame the ref. We slept. We were asleep. Both the goals, we were asleep. Gabriel was asleep. The first goal and the second goal, the goalkeeper was down, deflection. Yeah, we were asleep. My team was just asleep. But that red card is the one that changed the whole game, bro. Because that game was for Arsenal to win. But that red card changed the whole thing. it changed the whole thing. Yeah, but in conclusion, bro, I think Man City fear Arsenal now. Going forward, Man City fear Arsenal because they know what Arsenal can bring now. They know our level of football that we play now. They know what we mean now. We mean business. These players fear Arsenal now. I'll tell you. Haaland is the proof. Because there are videos circulating where he's addressing Mikel Arteta saying, stay humble. And then Gabriel Jesus tries to talk to him and he says, get the fuck away from me and not that. The Arsenal team has gotten into his head, bro. He's frustrated, bro. We frustrate him. We have frustrated him because after that goal, he went quiet. He went extremely quiet. That was the last time we seen Haaland in that game. After that goal, he went quiet. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's all to play for. It's all to play for. The title race is on now. It's pretty much on. So, yeah, man. I still think my team is gonna win this league, but Manchester City might just win it because of the help of the referees. So, yeah. But please make sure to subscribe, like that. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you on the next episode. Don't worry. This time I'm back.